Yes, a dielectric union can be installed after the shut-off valve. A dielectric union serves to isolate dissimilar metals, preventing galvanic corrosion. Positioning the dielectric union as near as possible to the water meter is advisable. Yes, all copper pipes within a building require grounding through the grounding electrode conductor, or GEC, connection. This encompasses both hot and cold water pipes, as well as gas lines. The GEC ensures a pathway for electrical current to safely return to its source in the event of a fault or electrical shock. No, you cannot employ a separate grounding conductor to link copper pipes to grounding rods. The GEC must serve as the designated grounding route for all metal piping in the building. This is dictated by the GEC direct connection to the electrical service, providing a low resistance path back to the source. The grounding electrode conductor, commonly referred to as the GEC, is typically composed of a bare copper wire or cable affixed to the water service pipe utilizing a grounding clamp. Sizing the GEC must correspond to the electrical service size. Ensuring all electrical connections are securely tightened, free of loose wires or connections, is of utmost importance. When in doubt about any electrical task, seeking guidance from a licensed electrician is always the safest course of action. Grounding is the process of creating an intentional low-resistance path to the earth. This path allows for the safe dissipation of electrical fault currents. In electrical systems, grounding serves multiple crucial purposes. Firstly, it provides a stable reference point for voltage levels, preventing voltage fluctuations that could damage equipment. Secondly, it creates a low impedance path for fault currents, allowing protective devices like circuit breakers and fuses to quickly interrupt the circuit in the event of a fault, thus minimizing the risk of electrical shock and fire. The grounding electrode system, or GES, is the foundation of the grounding system. It consists of various grounding electrodes that are bonded together to form a comprehensive grounding network. Common grounding electrodes include ground rods, metallic water pipes, and concrete encased electrodes, often referred to as U for grounds. The grounding electrode conductor, the GEC, connects the equipment grounding system to the grounding electrode system. The GEC must be sized appropriately based on the size of the electrical service. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides specific guidelines for GEC sizing in Table 250.66. Metal water pipes, when used as grounding electrodes, must be supplemented by an additional electrode, such as a ground rod or concrete encased electrode. This ensures a robust and reliable grounding system. The connection to the water pipe must be made within the first 5 feet of entry into the building and before any insulated fittings or unions. Ground clamps used for connecting the GEC to grounding electrodes must be listed for the purpose. These clamps are designed to provide a secure and corrosion-resistant connection. Improperly installed ground clamps can lead to increased resistance and compromise grounding effectiveness. Bonding refers to the practice of connecting all metallic parts of an electrical system together to create a common electrical potential. This includes metal conduits, enclosures, and equipment frames. Bonding reduces the risk of electrical shock by minimizing voltage differences between metallic parts. The equipment grounding conductor, or EC, is used to connect the non-current carrying metal parts of equipment to the grounding system. The EGC provides a low impedance path for fault currents, allowing protective devices to operate quickly. The size of the EGC is determined by the size of the circuit conductors, as specified in NEC Table 250.122. Ground-fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are devices that protect against electrical shock by monitoring the current balance between the hot and neutral conductors. If a current imbalance is detected, the GFCI quickly interrupts the circuit, preventing electrical shock. GFCIs are required in areas where electrical outlets are located near water, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor locations. Surge protective devices, or SPDs, protect electrical equipment from voltage surges caused by lightning or other transient events. SPD diverts surge current to ground, preventing damage to sensitive electronic components. SPD should be installed at the service entrance and at downstream locations to provide comprehensive surge protection. Ground testing is performed to verify the effectiveness of the grounding system. Ground resistance testers, also known as earth ground testers, are used to measure the resistance of the grounding electrode system. The NEC recommends a ground resistance of 25 ohms or less. If the ground resistance exceeds this value, additional grounding electrodes may be required. Electrolytic corrosion, also known as galvanic corrosion, occurs when two dissimilar metals are in contact in the presence of an electrolyte, such as water. This can lead to the deterioration of metal pipes and other metallic components. Dielectric unions are used to isolate dissimilar metals and prevent electrolytic corrosion. Dielectric unions have an insulating sleeve that separates the two metals, preventing the flow of electrical current. Copper piping systems, commonly used for water distribution, require proper grounding to ensure electrical safety. Grounding copper pipes prevents them from becoming energized in the event of a fault and reduces the risk of electrical shock. The GEC must be connected to the copper water pipe within the first 5 feet of entry into the building. All metal piping systems, including gas lines, should be bonded to the grounding system. This helps to equalize the electrical potential of all metal parts and reduces the risk of electrical shock. The bonding connection should be made with a bonding jumper that is sized appropriately for the size of the piping system. The NEC provides specific guidelines for bonding metal piping systems in section 250.104. In addition to the GEC, supplemental grounding electrodes, such as ground rods, may be required to improve the effectiveness of the grounding system. Ground rods should be driven into the earth to a depth of at least 8 feet and spaced at least 6 feet apart. The connection between the GEC and the ground rod should be made with a listed grounding clamp. Concrete encased electrodes, also known as UFA grounds, are grounding electrodes that are encased in concrete. UFA grounds provide a very effective grounding connection due to the large surface area in contact with the earth. UFA grounds are typically installed during the construction of a building. The NEC requires that UFA grounds be at least 20 feet in length and encased in at least 2 inches of concrete. Regular inspection and maintenance of the grounding system is essential to ensure its continued effectiveness. Ground connections should be checked for corrosion and tightness. Ground resistance should be tested periodically to verify that it is within acceptable limits. Any damaged or corroded grounding component should be replaced immediately. Improper grounding can have serious consequences, including electrical shock, fire, and equipment damage. It is important to follow all applicable codes and standards when installing and maintaining a grounding system. If you are not familiar with electrical work, it is always best to consult with a licensed electrician. Licensed electricians have the knowledge and experience to ensure that your electrical system is properly grounded and safe. They can also perform ground testing and identify any potential grounding problems. The NEC is updated every 3 years to reflect the latest advancements in electrical safety. It is important to stay up to date on the latest NEC requirements to ensure that your electrical system is compliant and safe. Many resources are available to help you learn more about grounding, including books, articles, and online courses. The Electrical Safety Foundation International, or ESFI, is a non-profit organization that provides electrical safety information and resources. Proper grounding is a critical aspect of electrical safety. By understanding the principles of grounding and following the applicable codes and standards, you can help to protect yourself, your family, and your property from the hazards of electricity. Remember to always consult with a licensed electrician if you have any questions or concerns about grounding.